He didn't look me in the eye at first. My grandson's voice trembled like a candle flame about to go out. Asterisk, Grandpa, he whispered, I want to tell you something very terrible about my parents. The words hung between U.S. like smoke. Asterisk, the room, my quiet study with its oak shelves. The clock ticking faintly on the wall. And the smell of old leather and pipe tobacco suddenly felt suffocating. I leaned forward, my knees aching as I bent down to hear him better. Asterisk, tell me, son, I said softly, trying to keep my voice steady, but nothing could prepare me for what I heard. Asterisk. When the truth spilled from his trembling lips, it was as if the earth tilted. My blood went cold. My skin prickled. Asterisk. I stood up abruptly, my chair scraping against the wooden floor. Without hesitation, I reached for the phone on my desk. My fingers, stiff with age, yet firm with resolve, punched the numbers I never thought I'd dial. Against my own bloodline, 911. Asterisk, emergency services. A calm female voice answered. Asterisk, this is a report of child abuse. I said, each word tasting like poison. Asterisk, the victim is here with me. The perpetrator is his father, my son. 20 minutes later. The night was split open by flashing red and blue. Asterisk, police cruisers filled my driveway, their lights casting fractured beams across the darkened windows of my home. From the porch, I watched them take Daniel away, my son, the boy I once held in my arms, now in cold steel handcuffs. Asterisk, he turned his eyes toward me, wide with shock, betrayal, pleading for me to undo it. Asterisk, but I didn't flinch. I didn't look away, because I couldn't. Backstory. Asterisk, when Daniel was born, I swore to myself that I'd be the kind of father mine never was. Asterisk, present, steady, proud. My own father had been a ghost of a man angry, absent, and brutal when he was around. I wanted to break that chain. I wanted my boy to grow up knowing his father stood by him no matter what. And, for a while, it seemed I had succeeded. Asterisk, Daniel was sharp from the start. He had that kind of charm that teachers praised at school meetings. It's the kind of smile that could melt a reprimand before it ever landed. He was clever sometimes, too clever for his own good, as he grew. So, I began to notice something darker. Asterisk, he didn't just bend rules. He snapped them when it suited him. Asterisk, he cared more for appearances than for honesty. Asterisk, he was the kind of man who could look you in the eye, grin, and shake your hand while his other hand slipped your wallet out of your pocket. I told myself it was just youth, that the rough edges would smooth out with age. Asterisk, but age didn't dull him. It sharpened him. He became a man who thought he could always talk his way out of trouble. Asterisk, man who believed consequences were for other people. Asterisk, a man who valued image over integrity. But never, never, in my darkest fears, did I imagine he would cross into something this vile. The first signs came quietly, like whispers behind closed doors. 6 months before that night, my daughter-in-law stopped coming by. She used to visit every Sunday, bringing casseroles and flowers, sitting at the kitchen table as we laughed about little things. But suddenly, it was just my grandson showing up alone, clutching a backpack, eyes darting like he was afraid of shadows. When I asked Daniel where she was, he brushed it off. Asterisk, she's busy. Dad, works, been crazy. You know how it is. His grin was practiced, but I noticed how it didn't reach his eyes anymore. Asterisk, my grandson though. He began to ask me questions. Strange, heavy questions for a boy his age. Asterisk, Grandpa, is it bad if you're scared at home? Asterisk, Grandpa, what happens if the police take someone away? I smiled it off, told him kids get scared sometimes, that it was normal to wonder about things. But deep down, my gut twisted. Children don't ask questions like that unless they've seen something, felt something, lived something. Asterisk, that night, he asked if we could talk in private. Asterisk, the way his voice wavered, the way he kept glancing at the door like someone might burst in it, told me more than his words ever could. I led him into my study, shut the heavy door, and knelt so I was eye level with him. Asterisk. It's okay, I whispered. Whatever it is, you can tell me. And then he spoke. The words were small, faltering, but sharp enough to cut me open. Asterisk. He told me his father, my son, was hurting him. Not with discipline, not with raised voices or anger, but in ways no child should ever have to describe. The world seemed to tilt on its axis. I could feel the walls of the study close in. The clock ticked louder, like a hammer pounding nails into my skull. My hands shook, my throat burned, but I didn't let him see. I couldn't if I exploded now. If I lost control, I might lose the chance to end this cleanly too. Keep him safe. So, instead, I nodded. Asterisk, I whispered. Thank you for telling me. Asterisk, and then, with a calmness I didn't know I still possessed, I picked up the phone. 911. What's your emergency? The dispatcher's voice was smooth, practiced. Asterisk, this is a report of child abuse, I said, each syllable steady, though my insides churned. Asterisk, the victim is with me. The abuser is his father, my son. Hey, there was a pause. Asterisk, is the child safe right now? Yes, he's safe. For now. Keep him with you. Keep him calm. Officers are on their way. So I did the only thing I could. I made him hot chocolate. I kept my tone light, as if this was nothing more than a late-night chat over cocoa. Asterisk, we talked about school, about cartoons, about the dog we once had. But inside, my heart was a war drum, hammering against my ribs. Rage boiled under my skin, begging to be unleashed. Asterisk, the flashing lights arrived first, painting the walls in red and blue. A sharp knock rattled the front door. Asterisk, 2 officers stepped inside. One of them took my statement in, a low, measured tone. The other led my grandson gently into the kitchen, speaking to him softly, offering him patience. That broke me even more. Minutes later, another car pulled up. Asterisk, Daniel walked toward the house, his gait casual, at first like he didn't yet realize his world was about to crumble. Asterisk, when the officers told him why they were there. I watched the color drain from his face. His confident smile cracked, then collapsed entirely. Asterisk, he turned to me, eyes wide, filled with disbelief, betrayal, maybe even hate. Asterisk, as if I, his father, was supposed to shield him. Asterisk, but I didn't move. I didn't speak. Asterisk. I stood in silence as the handcuffs clicked shut around his wrists. For the first time in his life, Daniel couldn't talk his way out. It's been 3 weeks since that night. Asterisk, my grandson is here with me now. He sleeps in the guest bedroom where the window catches the morning sun. He goes to therapy twice a week, and sometimes he wakes up screaming, but at least now he wakes up safe. Daniel sits in county jail, awaiting trial. His lawyers will do what lawyers do, but the truth will not go away. People ask me if I regret it, if I regret dialing those 3 numbers, if I regret betraying my own flesh and blood. Asterisk, but this isn't betrayal. This is protection. Asterisk, being a father means standing up for your child, but being a grandfather, it means standing up for your child's child, even if it means destroying the son you once swore to protect. And when I watched that squad car pull away, carrying Daniel into the night, I realized something I'll never forget. Sometimes, love is not saving them. Asterisk, sometimes, love is making sure they can never hurt anyone again.